vitiligo, hit me, I want to say hit because that's what it felt like. I've been doing all these
Yeah.
things over the years to prevent any discoloration, trying to, get the best healthy, naturally looking skin possible over the years. And then for this to happen at 40-ish, it was kind of devastating. It impacted me a whole great deal. And,
Well, let me ask
and so
you.
mm-hmm.
Let me ask you about your daughter. So she was how old?
Yes.
3 years.
Like 3 to 5 years old in that range. Yes.
And so how I would love to talk to her as well. So how old is she now? If I wanted to interview her, how old is she now?
She just had a birthday. She's a twin. Her and her brother just had a birthday in October. They are 37.
I'm sorry?
37. 37 years old. Mm-hmm.
I would love for her to get involved. I'd love to interview her too. So let's proceed and let her know that we want a conversation with her to see how her journey was, So here you are.
Yes.
And by the way, the medical community states that this is vitiligo is something one develops between a young child and 25. So you are like me. We're doing this 40 thing, How did you feel going out? I know you dealt with it with your daughter, so that was you had a little handle on it. You knew what it was. Did you use treatment for her? And then as it relates to you, did you start immediately using treatment? How did you feel about this?
So the treatment for her, there wasn't much the doctors could do many years ago as a little girl. They said we had to wait until she reached puberty, and then they had some treatment they could do, like going to the photo booth, that type of thing, and applying the topic cream on her skin around the patches. And so so we did all of that, but she couldn't really go into the booth until she reached puberty, is what I was being told. So that's all she had was just like the topical cream, and we did that. And so fast forward to me, so I found out that there was a product called Dermablend out there, and that I could actually kind of cover up my white patches around my eyes. I do it now around my nose and my mouth, and so I've been covering up because I was just so used to seeing myself a certain way, for so many years. I just wanted to kind of look like myself again, and that's what I did. I covered up.
You immediately started covering up, but did you start any kind of treatment?
So I covered up for a while, and then when things started really spreading, like all over the place, like to my hands and to my elbows and to my feet, it was like, okay, this thing is not going away on its own. It's like, okay, I need to do something else. I just can't be covering up because now this is like, this is like life changing for me. It's a part of my life now. Yes, it's starting to develop who I am. I'm not the type of person that's going to just run from things and try to hide, So I like to face things head on, face on. And so I had to actually change my way of thinking, and I'm still learning to do that, change my way of thinking to go outside the box now to seek treatment. And so I actually, on my own, I did some research, and I was able to get some phototherapy and through a research development program, and I would actually go into the booth and it would shine those lights on me to try to bring back my natural brown skin color and to, to get rid of the patches, or make them smaller. And so I did that for a while. And so I did see my skin color kind of coming back. But then once I stopped the treatment, then the white patches started spreading again. I feel like they was kind of spreading like wildfires at this point, because now my cells, they've been activated and everything, and it just seemed like things were just moving in a new direction for me.
Well, here's another question. Prior to your daughter, at age 3, did you know of, is there any family history of this thing called vitiligo?
Actually, when my daughter developed vitiligo, I started digging into the family history. There was nobody on my mother's side of the family that I knew of, that we knew of, in the immediate family who had vitiligo. But on my daughter's father's side of the family, we found out that one of the uncles, a distant uncle, had vitiligo. And so we originally thought that originally the vitiligo came from the father's biological side of the family, on my daughter's, father's side. And so, but when I developed it at 40, it was like, okay, it's not just on the father's side, it's on the mother's side too, the biological mother's side too. So both families were affected with it. So it was like, And so, and that's probably why my daughter had a lot of white patches that covered majority of her body today, because it's on both sides of the genes in the DNA.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it skipped your mother, though, you're saying. It skipped.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like a generation.
Exactly. And that's why, it is so interesting to have these conversations, because you get to learn. It could skip a generation or two, and boom, you got it. Boom, on the other side, your daughter got it. Look at this crazy thing,
Exactly,
so you were already dating, had kids, so you probably didn't experience much, bullying, much, depression over it, because you pretty much knew how to handle it through your daughter.
Well, I did experience bullying, and I have experienced anxiety and depression over the years. Way before the vitiligo for myself, but with my daughter, because as she grew up, she began to, feel like, she was different than everybody else. She wanted acceptance. She wanted to be loved. She wanted to belong. All those different, human, natural, reactions and emotions. And so, when people don't know, what's outside their comfort zones, if somebody looks different, a lot of times they get stereotyped and they get bullied. And that's my daughter. She experienced a lot of bullying. So I had to always, just give her that positive reinforcement to say, you are beautiful.
Absolutely.
This too shall pass. You have this for a reason, and regardless of what the divine plan is, you are going to be all right, okay?
Absolutely.
So we didn't know, fast forward, all these years later, that I would be, have the pleasure and the blessing to actually come across your path and with Vic Friends, because this is the support group that I've been praying for. This is the support group that my daughter and I needed all these many years ago. I've been looking for a support group, but I wasn't really, led to the one that I was supposed to be a part of. And now I feel like I've found that with you and your team and Vic Friends. So thank you, Valerie, for doing this type of work.
Absolutely welcome. And listen, what we tell people, we had a last meeting here in Boston on this past Saturday, and we had a new elderly woman just retired from one of the hospitals, and here this thing is developing around her mouth. And I said to her, I took a bracelet from a container, and I said, I put this bracelet on her hand, much like I'm engaging you or getting married to you. You are married to this family now. Your family. And that's what we want to say to Tracy. Once you found us, you found your family. Or like they would say on one of the shows, you found your tribe. This is your tribe. And we're here for you. So let's fast forward a little bit. You're welcome. I've been, talking on Facebook was one thing, but once you guys connected with the New York group, how did you feel with our first meeting, getting to meet you guys for me? But you tell me how you felt, knowing that Big Friends was coming, we're going to be together. Talk about that experience.
Okay, great. That experience
over those ribs.
Yes, that experience was so exciting. It was so healthy. It was like long overdue. We had so much fun, and the food was good too, And so my partner, co-worker, Adrian, from a government job I used to work at in the past. You know Adrian, of course.
Yeah.
And she's the one, she just reached out to me one day because we used to work together on the night shift. She's she's awesome, good worker, very lovely lady. And she reached out to me on Facebook and she was like, listen, hey, I have vitiligo and this is my story, part of my story. And I was like, wow, I've had it too. And she's seen me with those white patches around my eyes. And, when it first started. And so, and she saw me after I started covering up a little bit, And so, anyway, so it was so nice that Adrian, she introduced me into Vic Friends and you. And so we all got together and we decided to, hey, let's meet up. Let's meet up for Valerie and Valerie's birthday and her husband's anniversary. And let's just celebrate. Let's celebrate life, right? And good community and, health and awareness and sharing our stories of vitiligo, and our truth. And so that was great for me.
Pat Rossi and her husband, they're the leaders down there. It was so good to do that. It was so wonderful for me. Yeah.
Yes, Pat and her husband, they were great. You and your husband, they're great. Adrian, I mean, the company was just enormous. Big hearts, big spirits. You all really showed up and made me feel so welcomed and so comfortable. And we just laughed as if we knew each other forever. And it was just really good conversation and good people. And I had a great time with you all. And thank you for that.
Wonderful. Well, let me throw the conversation to the left a little bit, because you now have a grown daughter. I don't know, does she have kids? Is there any worry or fear from either mother or grandmother of that the next offspring having vitiligo, or are you prepared for that?
Well, my daughter, she's grown and she's mostly covered with vitiligo, with no pigmentation, very light skin, and it was a little worry in the beginning because her son, he's like 6 years old now, and he has darker chocolate skin, or chocolate drop, we call him. And so I know with vitiligo, the darker the skin, it could look a little, not as nice.
Yeah.
And so so there's a little bit of a little concern there about if he develops it, will he have to go through a lot of the bullying and some of the the insecurities of having vitiligo, especially when it's new and it's just starting out and you don't know what's really going on with your body, and so forth, and so but he tells his mom and that that we're beautiful. He tells me I'm beautiful, his grandma, and and he's very loving and endearing with it. He'll like rub your hand where the white patches are at, or rub your face. He gets a lot of hugs and stuff like that. Yeah. So he's being groomed now just in case it may happen to him, but maybe not. I mean, we're hoping and we're working towards a cure. So, and that's the thing about the work that you do with Vic Friends. You're working towards the cure, and it's going to help empower people. They can live their best, healthy life, and finding a cure to beat this thing.
Yeah. Well, he's at this age, and I love that age. I've taught kindergarten for 20 years. He's at the age that they're like sponges. He needs to be informed, educated. So let me know if you guys. I want to send him a book for Christmas that, if you don't already have something in your shelf there, let me send him a book. We'll talk offline, but I want to send him a book so he'll know a little more about vitiligo from a book. And that's what we're here to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what
he loves books. His mom reads books to him all the time, just about every night, different stories and stuff.
Here's one coming. One's coming your way about vitiligo. And that's why we're going around to libraries and schools. I just read 2 weeks ago, I read at a library, first time, for an evening session called the Pajama Story Time. My goodness, I had eight of them around me as I read a story about vitiligo, explained my skin. So this is the perfect age to catch them so that as they get older, they're not out there bullying and teasing and doing things to people because they know they would be educated about what this is,
Yes.
So what's the
exactly.
future? What is the future like with helping to build on that New York group? We trust that you guys can work at pulling together meetings and getting together so we can come back down there.
Yes, so I look forward to working with Pat Rossi and the rest of the team and developing something really extra special. I know we're doing the holiday party in Boston, so that's going to be the first time for me being in Boston with you all and being around the Vitiligo community. And so I'm just open-minded. Use me, and I'm here. I'm here to help. I'm here to learn. I'm here to advocate and support, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And talking about books, yes, I am working on a book right now, The 7 Keys to Divine Transformation, Creating Your Destiny. Yes, and that book is about my spirit. Thank you so much, Valerie. And that book is about my spiritual journey. It helps provide a guide for women and girls and how to overcome that fear, depression, especially after trauma. And I use a Bible-based practice of like prayer and meditation to connect with God on a higher level to glorify His kingdom, and also encourage this self-care and love and respect and dignity, for ourselves as well. And
it's all about
yourself. It's all about Him, and yes. And Him using me and others like you to do this important work, going forward. And so being a part of this Vitiligo group is part of that. Yes.
Everything that we've done from the inception of this group in 2009, we've had God at the center of it all. Because without Him, number one, you just said it, He did not give us, because it's not, listen, it didn't just fall out of nowhere. He did not put this on us if He didn't think we can handle it.
Yes.
And so He's well able, He's capable to carry us through this journey and let us be a light, a beacon to people. When people see us, they have to look at us. So this is our opportunity to showcase that God is part of us, and we're the light that He's put in the midst of you guys. So we're doing good work, and God brings people along our path. I never asked you about your spiritual place, and listen to what you're saying right here. So this is divine connection right here.
Yes, divine intervention at its best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Like I tell people, this is set up by God. Has nothing to do with any of us.
Yes, hallelujah.
Yeah, we're not that good. I said to some people last week, we're trying to work on a bill number H976 here in Massachusetts, and it will be when it passes in the House and Senate, it'll be the first bill in the United States of America for vitiligo.
Wow. That is huge. That's awesome.
Number one, it was presented on June 28th. Look at the month now. When we celebrate everything in the month of June. When the senators called me, when the state reps called me and told me about this thing, it was in June. We celebrated, and we were in that state house here in Massachusetts, June 28th, presenting this to whoever would come in and hear us. We called it our little rallying day. And they said to me, this bill, because we're going to be going out on Thanksgiving break, we're going to be going out for Christmas break. Oh, this bill won't be heard till maybe February. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I said to them at the meeting on Saturday, let me let you know, we're in the month of November. They called this bill forward last Tuesday.
Wow.
Last Tuesday, my group, it's all on Facebook. Just type vitfriends.org, and you'll see it all on Facebook. We were at the State House presenting this bill, H976, for insurance coverage for anybody in Massachusetts with vitiligo. Again,
oh my God, that is amazing, Valerie.
That is amazing because they told me, oh, don't worry about it. It won't happen November, December. It won't be for them to hear it. It won't be before February. Ladies and gentlemen, this is November.
Okay.
All God.
Yes, the 11th month. Yes.
Okay. So we're praying that it's
divine numbers. Yes.
Okay.
Everything
we're praying that it passes.
Everything was completed by July.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I get excited, and we're living in hope. Hope for everything.
Yes.
We're in hope for this.
Absolutely.
Because if and when this passes here in Massachusetts, it can set the tone for the country. Because we just learned from Insight, the pharmaceutical that made the drug Oxalora, that's now on television and being used for vitiligo. We just learned from them that they're getting some pushback from the state of New York. So we're gonna be working with you guys in a little while as the holidays go by, but we want to partner with you guys so that what is happening here in Massachusetts can happen also in New York. That anybody with vitiligo, and that's why you guys in New York have to now look for people and pull them in. Your daughter, pull them in. Yeah. So what this work is about, because this can affect and will affect all of us in a positive way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I love that.
There's much work ahead, and I'm glad you're partnering with us, and I wanted to get your conversation and to hear what you're doing. My thing to you right now, if there's somebody out there struggling with vitiligo, because when we all first get it, it's a struggle. So if there's somebody out there struggling right now, what will Tracy tell them if you met them right now? Encourage them.
If I see somebody, exactly, I would definitely encourage them. I would just walk up to them and let them know, like, listen, hey, do you have vitiligo? I have it. I struggle with it too. If you're struggling here, call this number. Reach out to Vit Friends. They are great people. They advocate. They're working to raise awareness, to promoting healthy lifestyles and positive change, self-love, acceptance, and they're working to find a cure. They're doing great things. They're working with the Senate to get these bills passed for medications and cures and a whole lot more. We got you. You belong here in this community. Just call. Give us a try. Call my friend Val. She got your back. She got you covered.
Wonderful. You did a wonderful advertisement for us. So we encourage people to listen. We got a couple of minutes, so I'm going to open up the line. If you want to call in, ask Tracy a question. If you want to call in just to say Happy Thanksgiving, or let us know that you have vitiligo, we're right here. 516-666-9973. We have about 10 minutes. I'm giving you 10 minutes. If you'd like to call us now, say hello to Tracy, ask any questions. We have a couple of minutes. We want to talk with you. And I was to do that in the middle of the call, but I just got so caught up into this sweet conversation. Wonderful conversation. Tracy, we hope that we can get your daughter involved. I would personally like to have a conversation with her.
Yes.
I know she's on her journey.
She's interested also. Yeah, she's interested also. She was working and going to school. She has a little baby, little toddler, little boy, and she had a lot on her plate, at the time. But things are starting to ease up a little bit now for her. She's actually in transition, to live and work out of the state and looking for a new job. And so we prayed everything works out for her in that area as well.
Yes.
But yeah, she would love to be a part of the team.
Will you be seeing her for Thanksgiving?
Actually, she wants to go see her girlfriend this year for Thanksgiving in Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, please make sure to give her our regards. We haven't yet met her, but she is family. She's part of this family. And
thank you so much.
Yeah,
she should be listening. If they were able to get in, if she's able to get in, she should be listening now. So hopefully,
well, I hope she'll give me a call. I hope she can give me a call. 516-666-9973. Please give us a call. Let us hear from you. I should have given this number earlier in the conversation. But as Tracy has said, we're a group. The backstory is it was 2009 that I typed on Facebook, if you have vitiligo, would you meet us at the Dorchester Bowling Alley? And I got Patricia Rossi and her husband from New York. We had Millicent Meadows and her brother with vitiligo and her mom with vitiligo coming from Connecticut. We have some folks from, I think another 4 people came in from New Hampshire. And the folks that were here in Boston. And that's the day we launched a group called Vit Friends. Simply means vitiligo friends. And we have been on this journey all these many years. God has not failed us yet. We've been doing the work that He's assigned us to do.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful.
People, reaching people, touching lives, helping people. We've, orchestrated the very first inaugural vitiligo gathering on the Capitol steps in Washington, D.C. in 2016. That was us. Started from a little group. Doctors had never heard of us, but they came. Whether they were coming from Russia, London, people were here that met us on the Capitol steps. That we have been watching this Vit Friends for some time, and we're here. And our partnership is expanding. We're now going further into the Caribbean, into Europe, and things are happening. So we're just grateful. We're grateful.
Yeah.
Tracy, did you make it to the conference this year?
I wasn't able to make it in October. Is that right? Was it in October?
No, that's in June. Every June we're in some states. So they were in Atlanta this June. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now something happened in October that I must be referring to.
October was our leadership. All the leaders of these different groups. We had a leadership training session in North Carolina. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, something like that I would definitely wanted to have attended. So I look forward to that in the future. But but I'm looking forward to the conference on December 15th and 16th of this year, and being with you all in Boston then, and for the holiday party. And so I'm looking forward to other opportunities and just meeting everybody and just, sharing our stories. And like you said, just continue doing the work that needs to be done.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, a conference can be mind-blowing because you get out of the car or get out of whatever and you walk into the auditorium where you're seeing 200, 250, 300 people that look exactly like you do. Is something else.
Wow.
It blows your mind. It blows your mind.
Wow. Yeah, and that's what I need. I need to see more people that have vitiligo, that look like me, because I'm learning to be more comfortable in my own skin. And so that's a great support right there, just being around people that share that same background, and for that community and that unity as well. That's what I need as well.
Self-acceptance is what you're talking about. And I tell you, I've seen people come to conferences with fully made up. They have, one girl came one year from New York. She's I thought it was I'm talking to New York. But anyway, this girl came and fully made up. Mm-hmm. And by the time she left that conference, makeup was gone. She was done. She found her tribe. She found her family. She was not embarrassed being around anybody because we were all naked as far as without makeup. Naked, but, together. So it's so wonderful. So Indiana is where we're heading next June. That's been announced. And so we hope to have you guys come and join us and experience that for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, Tracy, thank you. Yes, it'll be fun. I thank you for spending this time with me. We're going to do some more of this. But listen, you have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Be safe and enjoy yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for having me, and I wish you likewise as well. God bless.
God bless you. Stay well. Love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Valerie. You too. Love you too. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.